In this section, we will go through our SWOT analysis of Wynn Resorts. SWOT analysis is a strategic planning technique used to help a person or an organization identify their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats related to business competition or project planning. In order for Wynn to grow in the competitive industry that it is in, it needs to leverage all their strengths while capitalizing on all opportunities presented to them. Wynn's major strengths are their luxury status, brand recognition, and their elite clientele. When this is coupled with their expansion opportunities into new markets, they will see enormous growth. Wynn Resorts has created a reputation for themselves by placing a heavy emphasis on luxury. They attract the wealthy by offering unique experiences and world-class amenities that are impossible to get anywhere else. According to PR Newswire, Wynn Macau remains the only resort worldwide with 8 individual 5-star awards on the 2019 Forbes Travel Guide rating list. They have achieved this honor for the 3rd consecutive year. With 19 collectively across its global portfolio, Wynn Resorts has the most Forbes Travel Guide 5-star awards of any independent hotel company. As revenues from their resorts begin to plateau, expanding their business into new markets is going to be their main catalyst for growth. Wynn is planning an expansion into 3 new markets: Boston, Japan, and the internet. They are competing for a license to operate in Japan, and construction of their Encore at Boston Harbor Resort is nearly complete. Wynn's plan for expanding into the online market space is through their strategic partnership with BetBall, one of the largest online sports betting platforms in Europe. By being one of the first major casino companies to partner with an online betting platform, there is potential for significant growth in the future. Wynn needs to leverage their reputation and their brand name, along with BetBall's cutting-edge platform. Wynn needs to capitalize on all opportunities in order to stay competitive in their industry. This can be done by leveraging their strengths of luxury status, brand recognition, and elite clientele. These strengths will differentiate themselves from other competitors in their industry. One of Wynn's greatest strengths are their loyal customer base. Their guests aren't staying at a Wynn Resort only to gamble. They are staying at these resorts for the unique experience that Wynn Resorts specializes in. Wynn's guests have access to world-class restaurants, spas, and other such leisure activities. Those who visit online casinos aren't interested in these experiences. Wynn caters to those with wealth, those that can afford the wide range of luxuries that they provide. Specifically, at Wynn Macau, they have allocated a great deal of resources into hiring promoters that are tasked with bringing in VIP guests to the hotel. In 2011, the VIPs accounted for nearly 70% of all revenue that flowed into Macau's casinos. According to Reuters, VIP junket operators, also known as VIP room promoters, act as facilitators for Macau's billion-dollar casinos, guaranteeing a certain amount of revenue from China's wealthy gamblers. They attract these VIPs with free accommodation, travel, and other perks in Macau, which is the only place in China where casino gambling is legal. Those who choose online gambling over gambling at a physical location, such as MGM or Wynn Resorts, cannot afford the luxury prices. These resorts are a luxury expense, meaning if there is a prolonged downturn in the economy, casino revenues will be the first ones to feel the effect. Online gambling is an inferior good, but during a recession, this may turn into a substitutable good. Macau and their lack of geographic diversification are the greatest weaknesses that Wynn Resorts faces. Wynn Macau is their only resort located outside of the United States. Their overexposure and dependence on China presents a significant problem to Wynn. The prospective growth of their Macau location is decreasing due to China's lower projected economic growth. The slowdown in growth is partially attributed to the trade tariffs between the United States and China. According to Bloomberg News, with growth prospects in Macau shrinking and its license there coming up for renewal, the Vegas-based operator is right to think about diversifying its overseas presence. Wynn has no other casinos outside the U.S. other than Macau, where its focus on Chinese high rollers looks a little shaky given the slowdown in China's economy. It might also be forced to take on local partners in Macau when the gaming licenses are reawarded in 2022. In order for Wynn to limit their overall geopolitical risk, they need to seek new foreign markets to expand their business into. If Wynn Resorts were to expand into a region where they would be the largest competitor, they would be able to steal market share from their smaller competitors in the region, resulting in revenue and earnings growth for the company. Wynn's greatest strength is the reputation of operating high-class luxury resorts. That reputation was tarnished after dozens of sexual assault lawsuits were filed against the CEO of Wynn Resorts, Stephen Wynn. Later, it was uncovered that other Wynn executives protected Steve Wynn by ignoring claims of sexual misconduct and paying off the victims. According to the Wall Street Journal, Wynn Resorts executives turned a blind eye as Steve Wynn, for more than a decade, was accused of sexually assaulting and harassing cocktail servers, salon workers, and flight attendants employed by his casino empire. According to the allegations contained in the regulator's report, they largely matched the company's own findings. The report was released in tandem with a proposed settlement between Wynn Resorts and the Nevada Gaming Control Board. This was prompted by an investigation by the Wall Street Journal last year that described sexual misconduct allegations against Mr. Wynn. Those included are the 2005 incident where he paid a settlement of $7.5 million to a former manicurist who accused him of forcing her to have sex with him. Wynn Resorts has been compliant with all investigations into the scandal and have taken the proper actions as it progressed. The management team that replaced those removed are cognizant of Wynn's current reputation. They will act in the best interest of the company by properly following the new regulations that were imposed in lieu of the scandal.